It was a long one, wasn't it? Clip 12. Hence the reason why I had to break off and continue with this video and make it number 13, because it got to over an hour and 29 minutes. Gosh, I'm lethal, aren't I? Sorry about that. Anyway, welcome back to Boat Extras. And it's a Saturday and even the sun's out. Marvellous. So, and it's so quiet out there, as I always point out. It's beautiful. Right, so I think today is a really good day to... Oh, I've got to see whether these are alright. They look alright to me. There's no gaps there. So, what am I doing? Well, I'm going to pretend that I know how to use a router. Yeah? Providing I can find the router bits, that is. And we're going to see if we can, well, make good these edges. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do today. So I'm going to set you up over there on your little homemade plinth there. I struggled to put this camera somewhere. And we'll take it from there. So stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. Right. So, the router, I think, is going to be good for... Obviously, I can't use a plane around here because it's the shape it is. So, I'm going to have to use the router. Now, although I used it for, I think, the mast base, I wasn't overconfident in using one of these, but I suppose it's like a bike. You've just got to keep riding it until you get it right. Correct? So, I've figured out which bit I need. So I've gone with a straight bit with a wheel on it, because obviously I don't want to bite into the centre bit. I just want a nice even finish, so I'm going to use this. This is a brand new bit, so it's never been used. So technically, other than me making a mistake, it should be okay. And I figured out that you can hold, this is on pressure, so you can hold it down, so then you've got the bit to a specific height, which I have. So that roller's literally rolling along the dark section of the wood. So, let's give it a go, shall we? Where shall I start? I suppose I could start there, couldn't I? Oh, that's good. I'm happy with that. Looks like it's working. Wow, that's brilliant. Wow, that's exciting. Oh, tell you what, tools know how to make a decent job of it. It's not the person that's using it, it's the tool. Well, it is in my case anyway. I'm happy with that. That looks lovely. Wow, well, I'm going to flick it over. So I'm going to do this side. Don't get overconfident, Phil. There we go. I'll start there. like it in a sweet shop. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That is so nice. Well, there we go. I'm happy that job's gone right. You can tell I've not used one of these. That is lovely. Right, well, I'm going to do a bit more. That roller makes a hell, that roller is everything actually, because it's you don't have to worry about the work cutting it too deep, because the roller stops it from happening. So that's brilliant. Tremendous. I'm loving it. Put that down there for a minute. Covered in dust like, but hey, I'm well chuffed with that. Oh. Right, let's do the other bit. So that's now given me the, I could definitely get that completely flat by using a slightly taller bit to get this absolutely plumb on. Whether the roller would work, yeah, it would work. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, but when you're here on your own, sometimes you have to. Because you're not here, are you? No. Right, so I'm going to do that. It's obviously going to be a bit round there, isn't it? Make short work of that. I don't even need me planer. See this edge here. That's now my new favourite tool. That is. God, I'm going to be looking for loads of routing jobs. sampled that. Give ourselves a mischief. Got the bottom edge to do, but wow, look at that. That looks, well, it's starting to take shape. I can't see until I touch the, there we go. That's looking good, that, isn't it? Though I say it myself. I'm so chuffed. That's made my day, that's that. I've used a tool that I am not familiar with at all, and it's done exactly what I've asked it to do. Fantastic. Right, I shall switch off the excitement for now, and, well, I'm going to see if I can improve on that bit to get it nice and flat like that. So then I could, if I wanted, offer up a glued oak strip to go over it. So bear with me. Okay, so I might have found a good idea. I think I'm going to use a block. Turn you round. So, I don't know, what's that? 3x2. That on there. And then sand, get on. Keep the sandpaper absolutely plumb level. If I stay over the top of the work as I'm sanding it and going round like so, I'll get a nice rounded edge on it, but I'll also get a nice flat surface, so then we can maybe attempt to put an oak, forgot what they call it, trim that you use the iron with, and put it on to flow round that edge there. Because at the end of the day, I think it only needs, this back section doesn't need it, because you're not going to see it. Yes, you'll see that, so I'll put a bit there, but this back section you won't need it. So really the only place it's going to need it is there, round there, and then right down there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my time, because I think it warrants it, and I'm going to get that really, really nice, and then I'm going to use my favourite tool on the next one, and then you will be back. Okay? Does that seem fair? And should we try and keep this episode down to less than 2 hours? Oh, by the way, I've given up on the sew. I use it all the time. And I've given up promising stuff because, obviously, I try but I fail. Hey ho. Right, go make yourself a lovely cup of tea, you've earned it. Bye for now. I'll just show you, I'm hot. I've had to take my jacket off. So, look. That now is really flat. I'm well chuffed with that now. That sand block has just made a real difference. It looks tremendous. So that is the future for me, is to do that on the next one. There's the join, you can see, we can fill all that. So yeah, it's come on well, and it's nice and smooth around there, as you can see, all around that area. Bottom edge, I've even trimmed the bottom edge here. It's looking excellent. So I shall carry on, sort that one out, and you will be right back. I'm loving it. Right, I think I'm going to call it first session. It's getting, well, it's a lovely dusk, shall we say. So what I've done is I've I've used this actually. This has been invaluable as well, because it's got a nice straight edge. You know, you can, especially on the back area, I was able to run that along there and also run that around there to get as flat and as round as possible, in order to, let me put that light on. As you can see, that's quite flat. Why does that light keep going out? Stupid thing. So there you go. So I think that will take a nice oak strip along there. We're going to definitely give it a go. And I've cleaned up the surfaces as well. They're all nice. I literally went across the grain, well, went with the grain like that, and I managed to clean up, you know, the dirt areas. That's sort of come up really, really well. So all in all, I think we've had a successful couple of hours actually. So I'm just going to block sand that surface, because I haven't done that one yet. I've done that one, but not this one. And then I'll call it a night. It's Saturday evening, and I will get myself here tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be just as nice, because it's quiet on a Sunday. I shall get myself here tomorrow, and I shall continue, because when things go right, you're enthusiastic. Have a good night. And a good morning to you on this, what date are we on? Sunday the 9th of October. And it's a wet, horrible day here. Look at it. Rainy. But it's not rainy in there. It's a lovely day in there. Do you know why? Because everything's going right. Touch wood, which I'll do when I get in there. So yes, it is a lovely day. So much so that I know it's a Sunday, but it's going so well in here, I'm sacrificing both Formula 1 and football today. Yes, I am. Because I was always itching to get back to doing these. Because I like doing this one. Not that you'd know. Anyway, enough of that waffle. I'm going to set up shop, put the lights on properly, get the boat lights on, because I would like to see what these look like. There we go. Set you up there on your little shelf like a parrot. There we go. Oh, why do you keep going out light? There's something not quite right with that light. Right, okay, so you can see it's got measles, so I'm going to just quickly sand those off. I just filled it. I had a bit of filler, probably the wrong colour, but you know what? By the time it's stained, you'll never even see it. So I'm just going to go over there with a sander, and I'm going to then take those up there, because Henry Hoover's up there. I can hoover those up, get them nice and clean, because the stains up there, I'm going to stain them today. I am. I'm going to put them, and then I'm going to offer them up, and you're going to see what they look like. Yes. So, until then, see you shortly. Welcome aboard. I couldn't wait. I had to bring them up, so I'm just going to show you what they look like. Now, if I'm being ultra critical, perhaps I shouldn't have used that colour of filler, because even though I've sanded it, it's a bit blotchy. Probably I haven't sanded it enough, but I think I made more work for myself than really that is necessary, because the pinpricks are so fine I don't think you'd see them anyway, so that was a silly trick. Two, there's another thing that I did as well, and that's annoyed me. So I've boobed twice. One this morning and obviously one last night before I left. Anyway, not to detract from the actual look of it, what do you think? I think that looks, well, as we say in the northwest of England, They look like Bobby Dazzlers. I'll show you the good one. That looks really nice there. When it's stained up, it should look great. I'm still in two minds about that. Does that look amateurish, as it is? I mean, there is a bit of dark wood there, but you won't be able to see that because there'll be cushions on there. I have ordered a 22mm oak veneer that you put on there. It's already coming, but as you can see, I don't know whether it looks quite nice or it doesn't look quite nice. Anyway, I have ordered some. Now, there you go. That's what it looks like from the rear side. I'm trying to think which is the one that's in two pieces. I think, which is the one that's in two? Oh, it's this one. Right, that's the one that's in two pieces. Now that the grain is going down, I think the join is roughly... Where is the join? Can't even see the join. Oh, there it is. There, see, it's virtually invisible, that. You can see what I mean about that plywood being there now. That's just brought that beautifully into, I mean, you can't tell, but trust me, it is nice, and well, it's as near to 90 degrees from the floor as you're going to get it. And it's given me a really good base to screw that to it down below, and I think that's going to look really good. That looks darker than that, but there we go, that's better. So there you have it. They're going to get hoovered and they're going to get a coat of stain. So what is the next job? Well, oh, there's that thing that I overcooked. Can you see? I just went over with that block just too much. There's the consequence. I've taken that thin layer of oak, I've taken it off, but hopefully the stain will mask out that silly imperfection that I've done. So what's the next task for me? Well, before I start staining those, I think I'm going to put this floor in, so then it marries up with that one there. Let's get that job done, out of the way. You don't need to see that, of course, it's just a piece of wood going on the floor. That's that, all that wood over there. I shall get that done. And we'll take it from there. So, there you go. Hope you like what I've done. I absolutely love it, as I keep harping on. But, well, I shall see you shortly, and you go and do what you have to do, and I'm going to start that floor. See you later. Alright, so there you go, quick update. We've trimmed in a couple of pieces of ply, that one and that one. So now I'm going to cut out the hole, the inspection hatch, like that one over here. So I took a measurement, basically I took a measurement from the back to the front, to there, to there, and then I took a measurement from over there to there, obviously on this side, and there is X marks the spot, which is there. So I shall put a pilot hole in there, double check to make sure that that is in the centre, and then I can take the cap off the top like I did with that one and draw a circle, and then I can jig it out, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be right back when I've done it. Right, there's been a slight interlude because my family members have just arrived, and that's a good point because one of them happens to be, as you well know, Shane, who is a plumber. And while he's here, I'm asking him to have a ganders at what I've put in over here to make sure that he thinks what I've done up to now, because don't forget, I've never ever done plumbing in my life. I just want him to check to make sure that what he sees is roughly in the correct order. We've still got to try everything out, of course, but that's going to have to be at a later date, because as you know, we need to put a heater over there for the shower, so that is all geared up. There's a gas bottle over there. I'll show him that to see whether, because he's gas certificated actually. I know we're not on a boat, Shane, no. But at least you can see what I've done up to now, whether you think that is going to be okay, because you haven't seen that over there yet. No. What I've done. So yeah, so the water goes from that over there, as you can see. My grandson, as you can see, say hello to him. That's hello. Lucas. So where he is sit, there's a tank over there, and then it flows down, of course, underneath here, comes across to here, and this is where all the main gubbins is. Access is there. There isn't going to be a back on there. Okay. The sink's going to be there, and I think that's about it. There is a copper pipe leading to what will be the cooker.
That's all bang on that.
Yeah, I've got access over here. I've left the pipe loose over here up to about there.
Perfect.
So it'll go down and you can...
Yeah, that can be connected up nicely there. Spot on.
You see down there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's bang on.
Okay, that's good. That's so far so good. Now I've got a pipe that's coming from there, going under the floor, and if you can just hold that like that for me. Thank you. I'll just move that over there. This is where the toilet is.
Brilliant.
Now I've got the pipe coming, the cold water coming out of there. I've obviously got to connect some cabling up somehow, and then it goes into there, and then we've obviously got a flush loo. So will the pressure be okay for from that to do that as well as a shower?
Yes. I mean, you may have a bit of pressure loss if you're in the shower and you flush it, obviously, because you've only got one feed.
Right. Okay.
But I think with the setup and the pump and everything you've got, I think it'd be more than ample for it.
Right.
Definitely.
Okay. Good. Excellent. Right. Well, there's one. There's another one. Look. Say hi.
Hello.
Tell them what your name is.
Hi.
So everybody knows who you are.
What?
Tell your name.
What's your name?
Did Lucas tell his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've just told it.
Hmm?
Freddie.
Yes, Freddie. So that's Freddie. He doesn't want to come up the ladder for some reason. There's Hannah, my daughter, sneaking out, trying to sneak out. Say hello. Staring at the there. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. So yeah, this bit, Shane, I've got it all. Bit of a mess here actually. Should have cleared it. So I've got the gas bottle up here.
Yes.
And what I originally used to be down there, but I realised that if there's a leak, the leak has to be higher than the exit. Am I right?
Well, LPG is heavier than here, so it will sink.
Right, okay, so that's the reason why I've put it up there. There will be a face. So in order to access that gas bottle, I put it on a clip system.
Yeah.
That one there, and it slides out. I can take the bottle out, put it in, and slide it back into place.
That's brilliant, yeah.
Would you think with a pipe that leads on to there, to there, which will obviously be flexi, this is the pipe that goes to whatever has to go onto here, would you say that if both pipes were flexi on here, because it's got to move, would you say that that would be a safe option? Or is that an issue?
No, I think you'd be fine with that. As long as that gas bottle's clamped in place, which it is, I think that'd be brilliant.
Right.
I think you'd be absolutely fine with that.
Yeah, because that's the exit for anything that the gas itself.
Yeah, so it's ventilated.
It's ventilated to there, and it'll go out of there.
Yeah.
So is that sufficient a drop?
I think so. Yeah, it'll just run down and out and dissipate, won't it?
Yeah. Right. Okay. That's cool. Right. Well, that's about that then. Well, so you think up to now? Oh, the pipes, by the way, Shane, are going to come out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to run across the bottom of the hull of the boat to down there. They're going to join up with the sink that's in there. You haven't seen the sink in there yet. So the sink's in there.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, that needs all connecting up. There's access to the sink. I've put a little access.
Yeah,
that drops down that back cover.
yeah.
That drops down so you can gain access for any emergency.
No, that's quality, that.
Yeah, good.
Spot on that.
So it'll connect up to those T-joints, and then I'm hoping I'm going to be able to squeeze, you know, one of those caravanette type
Little
heaters.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can get it, the width, the depth of it. I can have it on a leverage system where I can pull it out, use a shower out on there, and then shove it back into place.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That'd be fine. That'd be brilliant, actually.
Yeah, great. Right, well, marvellous. That's what we needed to hear. So I'm glad you've called. Thank you very much. And when I need your assistance to connect it all up, you'll help me, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know where I am.
Thank you. So yeah, all I'm doing now is I'm carrying on. I'm going to drill a hole into there so I can have it repeating like that, and I shall crack on with that. So stay tuned, and I'll see you when I've done it. Bye for now. Okay, so we've made a little bit more progress. The entourage is gone, as you can tell. It's nice and quiet now. It was useful checking out the plumbing side of it, because obviously I'm going to be starting and closing things up, so I needed to make sure that everything that I'd done was correct in the way of lining everything up and putting each piece of equipment in the correct order, but also, you know, it needs to be the amount of clips I've used and things like that. They all need to be taken into consideration. So as far as I'm concerned, Shane knows far more than I do, because that's his trade, and if he thinks it's okay, then I'm happy with that. Now, I've given these a first coat, as you can see, and they're starting to blend quite nicely now. Notice I haven't gone over this area here, simply because I'm waiting for the oak veneer to arrive, so I can put that on there. So I've kept that completely fresh. I've not done the other side because this is wet still, so I've got those two sides to do tomorrow. As you can see, that's in place now. They just need gluing into position. They are loose at the moment. So that side is now complete. So I now need to decide of the what boxes I have with drawers, etc. I need to start offering them up here to see what goes and what doesn't go. I'm unsure whether that's going to go now, because that originally used to be behind here, and it's a lot taller, and I offered it up and I don't think it looks right. So I think if I don't use that there, I'm afraid I don't think I'm going to be using them at all. So that's food for thought for me anyway. So yes, progress wise, in this episode I've done, I think it's been a good one. So I may leave that for now, because the other one was an epic one, and I'm trying to keep this one down to a minimum. So what am I going to be doing? Well, the next job I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start to sand those down and get them looking in decent order. They're the covers for the two storage areas, which obviously cover the ballast. That's where the ballast seems to live, and there's no reason why they shouldn't live there again. Seems a bit of a waste of space, but I think, you know, the weight of things, they obviously needed it in the past, and I think I'm going to have to do that this time around too. So that and the other one, I'm going to sand them down and see the condition of those, because they are not going to be seen, but I want them right. And also I need to address this area here. I have paint coming. I've ordered some, so I am going to paint that area. And then of course we've got the pipe at the back to fit in and decide what we're going to do with what's behind the pipe, which is that bare fiberglass. So that's going to be in the next Boat Extras. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is quite low. I know it's only Boat Extras, but the algorithm relies on things like that, and it would help. And it's that little finger. Do that with it. That would be very welcome. Thank you. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye.